Hey, let's talk about 5 myths revolving around wood. Myth number 1 is that you should store the wood in your garage. Now, the reason this is a myth is because the primary thing to keep in mind when storing wood is the climate controlled. You don't want a big variance in hot and cold. So if it's outside, not stored somewhere that is climate controlled, it's exposed to the hot temperatures during the day, usually colder temperatures at night. Storing it in your garage, the reason I consider that a myth is because the only way that makes sense is that if it's climate controlled. The big temperature swings is what means warped boards. So keep it in your garage is fine as long as it's climate controlled. Myth number 2 is that wood from the big box stores are always cheaper. And don't get me wrong, that is sometimes true, but it's often lower grades of lumber and just not as good of a quality product. They usually have more defects, less support, that sort of stuff. Local suppliers or hardwood suppliers are generally the way to go because they are in the hardwood business and they can generally offer you a better supply, usually at a cheaper rate, more variety, all the good stuff. Number 3 is that knots equals bad wood. The reason this is a myth is because it's simply a matter of opinion. Knots can look beautiful in certain scenarios and certain uses in furniture making and project making. Knotty pine is used all the time and people like it for the knots in the wood. They turn the defect and highlight it into something cool. The next myth is that green lumber is ready to use. Very few cases this is true. In fact, it's normally not true. If you don't let that green lumber acclimate and dry even a little bit and get used to your local environment's temperature, you're going to see warping, cupping, twisting, all the bad stuff that is going to frustrate you to no end when you're trying to build a project. Luckily, all of our lumber is kiln dried, meaning all that stuff is taken care of. It's at a nice moisture content that has been acclimated in our shop, ready for you to start using. The last one I'll talk about is that hardwoods are super hard and dense and that softwoods are weak. Not true at all. In fact, a lot of construction grade lumber, you know, the structural integrity of big buildings is made using softwoods like fir, spruce, pine, etc. The opposite is true as well. Basswood, or even better yet, balsa wood is considered a hardwood, but your thumb can leave a dent in it. It's softer than a marshmallow. If you want to learn more about wood and see all the domestic and exotic hardwoods that we offer, visit our website at legacyshopsupply.com.